Hi guys. It's Sunny, my father and my mother, and we're reviewing The Accountant 2. I'm just gonna come out and say I didn't watch Accountant 1. And I really like being a guy that didn't watch the first one. I don't think you need to watch the first one to enjoy and understand this one. If you saw the trailers, they pretty much explain everything. You have Ben Affleck, he's autistic, and he's like a bounty hunter. Or he kills people for money, I guess. I don't know. And then you have the guy who played what's his name? The guy, the Punisher. Yeah, I don't know his actual name. He's the same guy in every movie. It doesn't matter. He's his brother. And you get that from the trailer and pretty early on in the movie. And I guess he made a comment that he saved his life in the first one, so I guess that's important. I don't think it is. Um, but yeah, overall the movie was like pretty cool. It was a lot like goofier than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a very like serious. This guy's like what do they say, neurodivergent, and he's by the book, super smart, kills people. I didn't think it was gonna be goofy, but it was actually pretty goofy. I think the Punisher actually was probably the goofiest character in the movie, which is pretty surprising. But yeah, it was cool. I don't know if you guys want to add anything.
I thought it was actually really good. It's a lot different than the first one. First one was very like straight edge, like he said, kind of like by the books. They kind of show his progression, trying to be normal per se. His brother did play like a bigger role in this movie than he did the first one, but overall, I thought it was a really good movie. Actually, like he said, funnier than expected.
Yeah, I agree. It was really good. I do think I like the second one better than the first one, but to correct Sonny, he was not a bounty hunter. He's an
Assassin.
The reason the movie's called The Accountant is because he was an accountant for like the mob and stuff like that. That's how he got his money. But had he watched the first one, you get the backstory to where he got all his skills from with his father, because he was autistic and his dad didn't want him being made fun of. So he wanted him to be able to survive in society. So he kind of taught him how to be in the real world and try to get over his autism, I guess, to be able to.
I don't think you can say that. I don't think you're allowed to say that. I mean, RFK Jr. I think would be proud of you, but I don't. I really don't think you should.
Well,
You
no,
can
but
say you
his
can get
dad.
over your autism.
Well, no, but his dad wanted him not to be made fun of and not to be
Yeah.
picked on, because
To
when
be
he
able to
was
defend himself in the real world.
So his dad taught him how to be an accountant, or taught him to kill
no,
people.
his dad
Taught
taught
him how to
him.
defend
His dad was
himself.
in the military, so his dad had them doing military training and
Mm.
fighting, and so that's how. And he was even in the military. In the first one, you saw that he was in some form of the military.
Okay.
Then he ended up going to jail and met a guy. And then that guy in the first movie, the guy ended up getting tortured and killed. So he went on a revenge tour to kill everyone who killed his mentor, who taught him how to be an accountant while he was behind bars.
So I'm assuming his brother went through the same rigorous training,
Yes.
but his brother wasn't autistic. So why did?
No. Well, because he was the little brother, and so their mother left
Oh.
them when they were young because she couldn't handle her son being autistic. So she bolted on the family. So the dad was left to.
It seems like the dad was kind of a cool character. It seemed like they resented him though in the second movie.
No, he was just tough, and I don't think it was resentment. That was just how he showed love.
He just
But
made like a Punisher made some comment about like. Oh, I think he made a mother comment, didn't he? I thought
yeah,
he made,
they
sorry, I
didn't
thought he
really. Yeah,
made a
because the
dad
mom.
comment.
Yeah, the mom had left.
Mm.
But in the first movie, you didn't know that was his brother. It was a
Mm.
secret because his
Oh.
brother's the assassin.
Yeah.
And then his brother was hired to kill someone. Ben Affleck's character had to try to protect that character, so it turned into this whole big thing.
Other way around.
It's the other way around.
What?
Ben Affleck was trying to kill the guy. His brother was trying to protect the guy.
Oh, that's right. My bad. My bad.
Oh, that's crazy. Because his brother's like the hothead, so that's kind of surprising that his
Yes.
brother was trying to protect him, and Ben Affleck was.
And his
Well,
job
'cause-
was just to he's being hired by like just big money people, and since he was being hired by the CEO of this big company,
Okay.
and
so
Ben
that's just,
Affleck
like,
was
protection.
after him because he got his buddy
Okay.
killed.
All right. Yeah. It wasn't my least favorite part. I feel like I have to throw something negative into this because I'm not going to give it a perfect score. There was a lot that like didn't need to be in the movie. Like the dating, like the speed dating thing was completely unnecessary. It was seemed like it was supposed to be funny. It really wasn't that funny, and it wasn't even like cringy funny. Just like it, like he had this whole thing where he basically like he was like flexing his autism. And he like made I guess he studied the algorithm of the speed dating compared to like algorithms of like dating apps, and then just made like the perfect profile. It just seemed like so unnecessary, and it took up like I think it felt like it was like 20 minutes long. It probably wasn't that long, but it
It
felt
wasn't,
it
but it was
felt
not.
so long for no reason. I give it like a 7 out of 10. It was okay.
I would probably give it 8 out of 10. You know, like he said, with the scene, there were a couple scenes that were stretched out, felt a little unnecessary, but the action, I think it was a good balance of action and just drama, if, I guess you could say. But I think it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought, like I said, I liked it better than the first one. Just I think because of that little bit of comedy that was thrown in, because the first one was such a serious movie. But I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really liked it, and it's a movie that I would watch again, definitely.
I would never watch this movie again. Also, like another, maybe it wasn't unnecessary. Sorry, I'm like turning this into shitting on Accountant 2. But there was like a scene where they went into this like country bar, and for some reason Ben Affleck went for the only black woman in the entire bar, which I thought was kind of funny. But like they had a whole thing where he was like he was staring at her. She approaches, hits on him. He's being autistic, so she gets like grossed out, leaves. And then like they start line dancing and he goes and starts line dancing. He's having a good time, but then his brother, the only thing he likes to do is like beat people up. So then he gets in a fight with the guy so his brother can beat somebody up. And I guess it was like used as like a bonding moment between the brothers, but like it seemed kind of unnecessary.
I can say the reason they did these scenes with the dating and the dancing is because in the first movie he was very rigorous with everything had to be a certain way. He had to like
Structure.
it was very structured. So I think they did these scenes just to show people who did watch the first movie that he was trying to step outside of his comfort zone
Mhm.
and like try to fit into society a little bit better.
And his brother did not just want to fight. His brother did want to fight, but
It was like that's like the one thing he likes to do. He likes drinking and he likes fighting.
the fact that he got into the fight with the guy was because he thought Ben Affleck was hitting on his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, but his
And
brother Ben Affleck literally made the comment of "I'm having a good time. I want my brother to have a good time too," and then he
Yeah.
started the fight.
Yeah,
But
he's
He
like, hit me.
antagonized
He
the
said,
fight.
hit me.
because the guy was coming at him
because
he was
well,
talking to his
Ben Affleck could
girlfriend.
have handled it. He literally like started the fight so Punisher could get in the fight. Like he did that
Yeah.
for the Punisher,
Yes.
and then afterward he's like, "Oh, there's nothing better than punching a dude in the face that deserves it." Like that's what he's into. Like I'm just stating the
It's
facts.
true.
All right.
I didn't watch the first movie, but I know the Punisher's character way more. Anyway, guys. Sorry, I know Josh isn't here, but not a gay movie at all. There was like no gayness, unless you like count Brotherly Love as like gay.
The brothers were sleeping together.
They were sleeping in the same bed together.
Okay, cool. He said, "I love you, dude."